Well, guys, stocks are not looking pretty today. And Palantir, well, it's not looking pretty either. Palantir stock is down over 6% as I'm making this video, as the VIX is up over 15%, and we have every index in the US market down pretty big time. We're talking the Russell down 2.4%, QQQ down 1.9, S&P down 1.2, and the Dow's down 1%. So guys, we're going to break down the charts, do an update here on Palantir, go over what is going on with the indices today, which again, it's not pretty, guys. It's not pretty. So hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Join the Patreon for my real-time portfolio updates. We post those every single week, multiple times a week. There's a Discord. Plus, you get more, guys. So check it out. Link down below. Also pinned in the comments. And now, let's get into it. So, like I said, man, we are seeing a big sell-off across the board. VIX is up. Indices are down, Palantir is down, and we got rejected clearly at the top of this wedge on PLTR, right? Which you guys probably know that's been a sticking point for the stock. You can see it here on the 1 hour chart that PLTR, each time we've hit the top of this wedge over the last couple of weeks, we've gotten rejected, right? Lower high, lower high, lower high. We hit 188 right here. Right? That was earlier in October. We hit another lower high at 185, and now we pretty much solidified another one at about 182, 183. Now that we're tanking over $11 on the day, guys, per share. Now we're holding above 170 by a thread. So, yeah, not a great day. Not a great day for PLTR. Clearly, the breakout is not happening. It's the opposite, getting hit at the top of this wedge. But at the same time, if we pull up the 4 hour chart again, if I, clear the drawing set, zoom in a little bit, we can kind of see, arguably, we're putting in a higher low. Well, not yet. I mean, look, it's a falling knife still, but this is where we could be putting in a higher low, kind of right where we are now. But it is a falling knife. Like I said, keep that in mind. We have to wait and see if the buyers actually come in. And if they start to, man, this could end up being a pretty juicy buy the dip opportunity, especially heading into earnings. Heading into earnings, this might be the best case scenario in terms of, all right, the stock's cooling off a little bit. We're seeing a sell-off, right? Shaking out some weak hands. This could be a good scenario leading into earnings, especially if earnings are super good, right? Super strong. If we're going into earnings oversold already, down $20 a share from all-time highs, which who knows? We might run into earnings. We still have like 2 weeks till earnings. But let's say we're super oversold like we are now heading into earnings. Yeah, earnings come in hot. That's a setup for a breakout, for a big pop. So I like it. Honestly, I think it looks really healthy on these charts. And yeah, if we were to collapse another 5% tomorrow, maybe we take out the support level, the bottom of this wedge. Sure, at that point, all right, maybe more downside could be coming. But as of now, yeah, the Bears are alive and well, but the Bulls are still fighting. We're in this point where, again, we're making these higher lows and lower highs at the same time. So that's where we're at. And my dog's, what the heck is she doing in there? I don't know what she's doing, guys. We'll deal with her after the video. But she's making some, she's doing something in there. Either way. So Palantir, yeah, man, that's what we're dealing with as, again, every index in the U.S. market is getting destroyed, and the VIX is up 17% now. So you can see clearly SPY tried breaking out of 673, 675. We didn't. We failed. We got hit, and now we're pulling down and holding another higher low, potentially. You know what I mean? This is where maybe, just maybe, buyers start to come in. And QQQ, if I pull this up and zoom in, we can see same thing. We're putting in a higher low, arguably. It's not solidified yet, obviously. But this is a spot where, all right, will the bulls hold? Are they not? This is what I'm watching with where we are currently on QQQ. And the VIX, which, guys, you probably saw it yesterday, the VIX came down to a healthier spot. We got down, I think, to like 16 on the VIX. Well, We're back to nine, or actually no, not 19, over 20. We're at 21 on the VIX now, up 16%. Right, we're up a good chunk here. So yeah, VIX is up. The metals are down. Actually no, silver is up a little bit. But it's one of those days, man, heading into a couple of big earnings after the bell today, which we have Tesla. Let me pull Tesla up. I'll probably make a video on them later, but Tesla's down 2.5% right now. Still above the 180 SMA, still looking very good on the charts, right? Maintaining an uptrend. But it is down over $10 heading into earnings. And earnings are today. Might as well pull this up and show you guys these estimates. By the time you're watching this video, the earnings are probably out already, but why not? Let me show you the estimates here. So Tesla is a $1.4 trillion company heading into earnings, and we all know the P ratio is super high. We're not going to get too deep into the the ratios right now, but it seems like most analysts have it either as a hold, right, or a buy. It's kind of split between hold and buy. You can see here, based on 47 analysts in October, and the average price target now is 366, so we're above the consensus on Wall Street. And when it comes to their numbers here, based on 27 analysts, the average EPS estimate is 56 cents for this quarter. They're about to report for today, and a year ago they did 72 cents. And we can see here on average for revenue, the estimate is $26.7 billion. You see it right there versus $25.18 billion last year. That's up 6% year over year. So Tesla, guys, don't expect a crazy quarter out of them, right? Don't expect insane growth or anything like that. But hey, if they surprise on guidance, right, this stock could probably continue the run. But if we get it's all going to come down to guidance for Tesla, especially, man, considering how rough their past couple of quarters have been. If we can get a report out of them where we're like, all right, the worst is behind us, right? Now the future looks a lot better. Guidance for the next quarter, for the next couple of quarters is better than we thought. If we can get something like that out of Tesla, whether it's today after earnings, next quarter, right? I don't know. That is what's really going to move the stock because there's still that fear that the fundamentals are not turning around, at least in the auto business. But I get it. Tesla's not just an auto company. We get it. But I think it's going to run if we really get to see the fundamentals coming back strong. Demand coming back strong, which I don't know when we're going to get that. I just don't know. But that's Tesla right now, and let's see what else is moving. What's tanking today, guys? OKLO. My goodness, man. So not to say I told you so, but I told you so. This thing at 193 was so obviously in a bubble. It was so obviously overbought. And guys, you have to realize when the VIX is super low, which it was at that point, a week ago when OKLO hit 193, when the VIX, or whenever that was. Either way, the point is when the VIX is low, right, and we have these high-flying growth stocks with no revenue, may I add, hitting highs, you best believe that whenever we get a volatility-causing event, whenever we get something that pops or spurs a bunch of fear in the market, like what we got about 2 weeks ago, that's going to crush these high beta, super hot, hype growth stocks. It just is. Whenever we get the volatility index to pop up, whenever we get uncertainty to rise, what do you think's going to sell off first? Coca-Cola, McDonald's stock? No. It's going to be an OKLO. And oh my, it is down 40% and the market isn't even down much at all from all-time highs. The VIX isn't up that much, and this is what caused OKLO to get squashed. Now imagine if we had a legitimate stock market crash, if we had a 20-30% drop in the S&P, right? Dude, OKLO is going to get stomped like a pancake, flattened like a pancake, It kind of happened back in April. The stock lost 70% of its value, and yeah, it could happen again. It could totally happen again, guys, so keep that in mind. And that's a good note to wrap up on. Excuse me, guys. That's a good spot to end the video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe, and check out the Patreon, guys, if you want to keep up with what I'm doing in my real money portfolio. We go over stocks I'm buying every week. I post updates, multiple per week. There's a Discord, plus more. All of that's on Patreon. Check it out. Link down below, or go to stocksurfs.com/Patreon, and it's also in the comment section if you guys want to join. And with that being said, I'll see you there. Have a great rest of your day.